Howie Roseman loves trading with the Dolphins. I mean, loves. Kiko Alonso, Byron Maxwell, unloading them to move up 5 spots in the NFL draft. A draft in which they got Carson Wentz. The Jay Ajayi trade, another one that was beneficial towards the Eagles. And now, a potential third one. Because the Dolphins stink. And Minkah Fitzpatrick wants out. So should the Eagles be interested? You know, it's funny. A lot of these trade rumors and stuff of this ilk, I stay away from. I don't like talking about it. A lot of this stuff is unrealistic. I mean, this isn't Madden. This is the NFL. But for the Eagles, it kind of is Madden. Because Howie Roseman is involved in everything. He's always got his ear peering in. So Jadeveon Clowney happened. The Eagles were potentially going to go after him. And then there were even rumors about Melvin Gordon. He's just always chiming in. So this deal, one for Minkah Fitzpatrick. What would it potentially cost? Well, I saw a report that maybe Miami would take a 2, but I think in this instance, it would take a 1. I think the Eagles would have to send a first because, well, they pick late. They're going to pick late in the first round. A second-round pick to them isn't going to be as appeasing to the Dolphins as a second-round pick from another team. So the Eagles may have to give up a little bit more than a second. Maybe what they would do is give up a second along with Big V or something, because the Dolphins need offensive line help. So maybe that's something that would be considered. So either it would be a first or a second and an offensive lineman. And I think it's something, this is a trade that's realistic, which is why I'm talking about it for a couple different reasons. So Minkah Fitzpatrick was a 2018 first-round draft pick out of Alabama. He's supposed to be a Swiss Army knife on defense. He wants out reportedly because he's playing too many positions. I think the real reason why he wants out is because Miami stinks. And that's just a nice way to put it. So you look at what he brings to the table, and he actually fits this scheme perfectly, whether he wants to play safety or whether he wants to play cornerback. And here's why I say that. So if you bring him in now, I would actually recommend playing him at cornerback as opposed to safety to start out. So you look at Jim Schwartz's scheme, you got to play off, and you play a lot of zone. And Minkah Fitzpatrick is a guy who trusts his instincts. He puts his foot in the ground and he drives on the football. He's got a lot of awareness. When he plays safety, he can range. He can also step in and play the slot. He can play the single high look. He can handle nickel linebacker responsibilities. This is Malcolm Jenkins right here, basically. Well, single high safety, that's Rodney McLeod. But you look at a potential guy who could take over Malcolm Jenkins in the future. That's Minkah Fitzpatrick. But for right now, I would actually recommend him playing cornerback. I just don't know if Sidney Jones and Rasul Douglas are going to be good enough playing alongside Ronald Darby. But maybe they would play him at safety. But this is something I would seriously consider because he's a 2018 first-round pick. You still have him for 3 years plus the option. So you have him under team control for all those years without having to pay him yet. And that's what makes this trade to me so appealing. So that's why I would really consider this. If you have to give up a first-round pick to get Minkah Fitzpatrick, I think it's worth it because is the player that you're going to pick in the first round in 2020, is that player that you're going to pick in the late 20s, is that player, is 5 years of that player better than 3 years of Minkah Fitzpatrick? Since there'll be 3 years left. I think Fitzpatrick is a potential top 10 player. in a draft, and he should have been. Didn't he go? He didn't go in the top 10, did he? Let's see, where did he go? I should know this information, but I don't. So that's what happens when I do videos off the top of my head. So Minkah Fitzpatrick, I think he was like 11th or something, wasn't he? Because Derwin James went before him, didn't he? Or did he go before Derwin James? Now I forget. Oh, now I'm just blanking. I shouldn't even include this in the video because it's making me look stupid now. All right, where did he go? I'm like completely forgetting what happened in last year's NFL draft, as my computer is just freezing. It is frozen. He went 11th, so I was right. Yeah, so I think Derwin James did go ahead of him, if I remember correctly. Okay, all right. Well, actually, no, Derwin James went later because that's Chargers. Derwin James went later than he was supposed to, and Minkah Fitzpatrick also went later than he was supposed to. They were supposed to be top 10 picks, and they weren't. I think that's what it was. Anyway, I'm out of here. Those are my thoughts on Minkah Fitzpatrick. I would absolutely do a deal if you can potentially do it. So, you know, look, you can't go after everybody. And that's part of the reason why I don't like doing these videos. Because, Jadeveon Clowney, that was another one. Okay, it's like everybody wanted him, right? So you would have to give up a draft pick for him. And then after him, it's like everybody wanted Melvin Gordon. Well, if you want Melvin Gordon, you got to give up a draft pick for him. And then now it's Minkah Fitzpatrick. And if you want Minkah Fitzpatrick, well, you got to give up a draft pick for him. So, if the city of Philadelphia, if the fans were GM, we'd have no draft picks left. None. Absolutely none. The cupboard would be wiped clean. Because Eagles fans would have traded for Clowney. They would have traded for Melvin Gordon. They would have traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick. They'd try to trade for Patrick Peterson. They'd go for everybody. And then the window would close. And then the Eagles would only win a Super Bowl this year, and that's it. You got to be smart about this shit. It's not Madden. That's why I hate doing videos on it. Adrian Fedkiw.